Talk Shoe. Recorded live.
All right, you're on.
No, I was just going to say, Roy, let me just reiterate for the audience out there that will be listening later and so forth. Roy has just mentioned that he's been actually, his plants are growing growing faster than if they hadn't received the water that he's pouring on them, just the water off of the machine. And you're saying that there's been a significant difference, Roy?
Oh, yes, definitely a significant difference. I'd say they've grown twice as fast as they were.
Yes. One thing I wanted to reiterate again, and I'm sure Kevin will definitely agree on this, is that it's very, very important for you to make sure you are saturated. And I checked with Plato, and he needs one more glass of water. Roy needs two, just as we're sitting here talking. Roy's about 85% saturated. Plato is about 92, 93% saturated, just on muscle testing. Denise is fine. She passes the test. So 1 out of 3 of you guys, and you're all experts. You're all smart guys. 1 out of 3 are doing it correctly, and the other ones are not doing it enough. And Kevin and I have both noticed that people that don't supersaturate themselves, that don't make sure that they're getting enough water through muscle testing or whatever it might be, are not getting nearly as powerful results as people that do supersaturate. And also, Kevin and I have noticed that if you saturate yourself to the limit, you have a tendency to be able to go higher than you normally would because you supersaturate 100, 200, 300% higher than you otherwise would if you keep doing it over a period of time. Would you say that's true, Kevin?
Yes. You kind of hit a plateau and then you start building up again, and you retain the water. You create a water retention here. There's something odd at work with the nature. Most water, when you drink regular tap water, bottled water, it doesn't have any energy. It doesn't really saturate or hydrate the body. That's been my experience. So they tell you to drink all this water, and all it does is overload your kidneys, and you don't really get anywhere. So I've never seen any of the water cures that I've heard claim about with just drinking bottled water and stuff. So I never really gave it much thought about drinking a lot of water. Now with this water, you begin to crave it, and then it's almost like a bottomless pit, and you just keep drinking the water like you're an alcoholic trying to get drunk. And something happens where the body begins to change. There's a hydration taking place. The skin starts to change color. It's got a softer feel to it. There's a massive detox thing starts to happen. The most dramatic thing I've noticed is people's brains start to function really fast. They start to think better. So even when you have the water in the presence of other people, they start to think better. Their minds open up. They become open to new ideas very rapidly. It's really odd when you have the water as a beacon just in the room. The people around it begin to open up and start talking about all sorts of crazy things. It's almost like their unconscious is being dumped in now in the conscious mind in public view. And so all these weird conversations will start cropping up around you when you have the water in the presence of other people. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there was Kevin has sort of become almost an expert, the best expert of the bunch in the application of this. And you say I sit up here in this little mountain town in Prescott, Arizona, a mile up, and there's 40,000 people around here. You don't get in that much of a contact with people that much. You see the same people every day. Kevin sees I don't know how many times more than I do. And he's become, it's almost like a laboratory there of watching energy bounce off of people. And so he'll tell me stuff, and I'll try it, and I'll see it, which I wouldn't see up here. And there was one you were telling me about how to hold the water in your mouth, Kevin. I think everybody would like to hear about that. There's a way to drink it as well as an amount to drink.
Well, there's how do you get the water in your system? You drink it, goes in the stomach, acids get, whatever. Or you can, hold it in your mouth through the mucous membranes, and the water will begin to absorb. So what you're absorbing is the energy directly through the skin. Now, of course, you can also take a bath in it. It's a great way to kind of recharge the whole system. You're charging your auric field. There's literally an energy transfer. So it's almost like a principle of osmosis. You go into a highly charged environment, you saturate yourself, and you sit there, and your body begins to absorb the energy. Whether it physically absorbs the water or not, it's reading the frequencies in the water, and it's utilizing it because the body's starving. It's basically starving for energy. So it's the energies within the water that it's actually starving for, and as a result of that, the body becomes more hydration because the DNA is probably changing shape because when you're young, you're plump and juicy, and the process of dying is the process of loss of water, which is a loss of energy, which is a change in the shape and the nature of the DNA. So if you're hydrating, you're basically regenerating, and you're gaining energy, which I've experienced, like since I've been on the water project, the water, Etheric Water, my energy's become unbounded. And, I'm writing a newsletter about this, about my trip to London, and, where I have this limitless supply of energy now, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. So I sleep 5 hours a night, where I used to sleep 6 or 7 poorly and always be in a chronic state of tiredness. Now I sleep, I bang up at, 9 o'clock in the morning, I go to bed like 4, and I'm ready to roll. It's an energy surplus. It's an accumulation of energy, which leads to transformations internally within the body. There's a repair taking place. Liver functioning's improved with me. My eyesight's improved. Certainly, people are perceiving me to be younger than what I really am, and things like that.
I would say, from Kevin gave me a tip on how to drink the water, which I tried and it absolutely worked. And what you do is before you swallow it, you just hold it in your mouth for a while.
How long?
What it does is hello? Who's this?
How long? How long you hold it in your mouth?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. A few seconds. You don't have to get carried away about it. Maybe 5 seconds. That's all.
Oh,
just
okay.
hold it there. The swallowing reflex takes over after a while, and you just swallow it. But when it first goes in there, it's highly charged, of course, because it's just been charged. And what it does, it goes up into your head. It clears your head. It's the darndest thing I've ever seen, but it does work. And then you swallow it, and then it charges the rest of your body. That's fine. If you need to have your body charged a little more and not your head so much, you can just drink it right straight through. But I have definitely noticed a difference. And then also, thanks to Kiyoshi, one of our clients, we were talking back and forth, and I came to the conclusion. He asked me, how far does that stuff go down the water pipe if you put it on a water pipe? Well, first I muscle tested, does it go down the water pipe? And the answer was, yeah, about 50 feet. That's cool. So I just put it on the gooseneck on the shower. Just put my name up there and taped it on. And so I get a etheric water shower every morning, just like Kevin was talking about putting it in the bathtub and soaking. He's got some other techniques for doing that. The same thing happened to me. You go in and take a shower with the stuff on the gooseneck, at least it is for me. I mean, it's like, I don't know what kind of shower. All I know is I walk out and I feel like not only did I get cleaned externally, I got cleaned internally too. So there are many aspects of this thing. I can assure you that we haven't even scratched the surface on this technology. And let's just put it from my point of view, there's absolutely no doubt that what I'm telling you is true for me. I haven't tried it with 100 people, but I know that Kevin knows that if you, I'm sure Kevin may have taken put on the gooseneck on his shower as well to see, but I know that the putting the stuff in your mouth absolutely works because he and I are both real sensitive, and we've both gotten a big positive on that. And then I'm sure that if you guys try this, a good percentage of you, if not all, are going to feel the difference when the water comes through there because it must charge it pretty darn quick to be able to, take running water and charge it like that. But it does work.
Bill?
Yes, sir.
Suggestion. I'm going to put my name where the hot water comes out of the hot water heater.